Imelda Marcos was a former Filipina First Lady who started as a beauty queen and eventually became the brain behind the most oppressive regime in Filipino history. So it's a very complicated character. There's a lot that people know about her because she really became a world figure. And she was kind of like the Filipina Jackie Kennedy. She really dictated fashion. She made her way around the world and left her mark, and in a way that was sometimes good and sometimes bad. So we explore that as well. And it's very exciting to play such a complicated, complex character, especially as an Asian woman, because there's not a lot of roles like that for us. This is really a first.
The important thing is to humanize these people who were brought into power in the Philippines through major nationalistic popularity, right? He was a very smart man and a very astute politician. Unfortunately, he liked his power a little too much, and his second term tried to find ways to sort of stay in power, and unfortunately that brought about martial law. And so I think as not just Filipinos, but as Americans, see that happening all over the world, how politicians can take advantage of their power, and how we as peaceful protesters can be a check and balance to that. It's a very personal story for me. My family, I was born in martial law in the Philippines, and we moved here to America because of martial law. My mom and dad raised my sister and me to be very aware of the history of politics in my birth country, and we are just so excited that we can tell the full story and understand and show people, not just the Filipinos, but also anybody who wants to hear the story of how popular government can get out of control and take rights away, and how a peaceful protest like the People Power Revolution can take that democracy back.
I think audiences are going to find themselves acquainted with a part of history that they probably never knew, or only knew in a very surface level way. And I mean, as a Filipino, I am finding myself face to face with parts of history that I might not really have known as in depth as we are getting to know it for this.
But isn't that great that that's what creative people do? Not only are you entertained, but you learn about history and things that you might not have known about. You know, we all did that through musicals, 1776 or whatever. Hamilton, all these kind of musicals, and we learned so much about that. And then we do more research.
Right. And what I'm hoping is that the show sparks conversations, because I think there are even Filipino families that are now residing in the United States where this part of history is not even talked about. It's kind of like Allegiance, where the Japanese-American internment is not being talked about because it was such a painful part of the history. So here we are with this. And, you know, a lot of the younger folks in the cast, and probably a lot of younger Filipino-American folks, probably have no idea about this history. And now, packaged in disco, here it is. But hopefully, art will do what art does. But hopefully it enables, initiates, sparks the desire to do more research about this. And we're kind of spoiled as a company that Clint Ramos and Jose Antonio Vargas, as well as a few other resource people, have put together all the resources, all the research that everyone in the company has access to in order to be able to authentically portray these moments in history on stage, and not just have it be, oh, I am the third person from the left and I need to do this dance move. It's like, no, we need to know why these dance moves are being done.
For me, this piece of art has been the most special because it really gave me the gift of reckoning with my own history, right? For a lot of us, this is our gift to the world, you know, this sort of cautionary tale, but wrapped in this exuberant theatrical juggernaut, you know.
What do you hope audiences walk away with after seeing this?
Well, I hope they walk away with joy, you know, with exuberance, but I also hope that they walk away informed, you know, because this story is their story too.
I hope that audiences really walk away with a sense of curiosity and a feeling of being awakened and transformed, because the show is more than a party. It is a party, but it's also giving people an experience that is going to spark conversation, it's going to spark debate, and it's going to help people really look at what's at stake with democracy and what's important when choosing leaders who have the charisma that you want in a leader, but might have other motives that you have to watch out for. So it's a cautionary tale, but it's also one that I hope will get people to be curious, do their own research, and have conversations about what's important to them.